right? Because fast is not fast enough. We need to be fast, right? So fast is the one we all know and the one we've all have seen on billboards everywhere. And F stands for face, right? So when you're looking at your loved one or yourself, you're talking or you wake up in the morning or whatever it is you're doing, because a stroke will happen at any time, okay? Um, you look at yourself in the mirror and you notice that you have some facial droop, right? Whether it be your right side or whether it be your left side, but we have some droop. And there's numbness or tingling or we just don't feel right. So when we look at that, when we look at ourselves, that's one of the first things we want to see. F, face. It's not symmetrical. When you smile, you want to see a beautiful smile, right? Ear to ear, they say. Ear to ear. And if it's not ear to ear, then you got to have some fear because something is going on, right? So remember, we want to make sure that if we see something like that, it's a good time to call what? 911, all right? A good time. F for face. Then we have A, which stands for arms, right? So if we have some arm droop, right, or some weakness to that arm, something is going on, whether it be your left arm or your right arm. What we do at the hospital is when you get there, we do an assessment. And the first thing we do is ask you to stretch out your arms. Really so that chart joint center science because zero great rate that it is in that full out, right? So that is the best thing you can do. So yes, TIA is possible. Yes.
Talking about the other side of stroke, hemorrhagic.
Hemorrhagic?
Yeah, is that age related? And I guess talked about the balloon where it begins to blow up and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the younger you are, the less chance of it.
Well, good question. Does age have anything to do with aneurysms and hemorrhagic strokes? In reality, it does not. What happens is that most of the times these aneurysms form in what we call AVMs, which are venous malformations. So something is wrong in that area. So it's a weakening of the vessel, and it happens in children, even pediatrics, as it can happen in adults as well. So there are a couple of things you can do to prevent this from happening, and that is, for example, blood pressure. If you know you have hypertension, let's take care of that blood pressure. We need to eat better, and that's kind of hard sometimes, right? It's kind of hard to say no to your favorite meals and that good soulful food that makes us feel good. But let me tell you, cutting back on your sodium, cutting back on your fat, cutting back on cholesterol and things like that, very important, because those things that are love, okay? So yes, blood pressure is one of those things that we do need to keep in control. Cholesterol is another thing, or helps form. Keep for strokes down. Okay? Age, there's nothing we can do about age. Our race, there's nothing we can do about our race. Our gender, there's nothing we can do about that either. But there are things we can do as far as eating healthy, watching our cholesterol, watching our blood pressure, watching our sugar, and obesity. Obesity is another thing, right? Um, I grew up in the valley. You know, I'm Mexican. I don't know. I grew up. I grew up in the valley. I'm Mexican. We love our menudo. We love our barbacoa. We love all these fatty foods. But it all comes back to moderation, right? I'm not telling you not to eat them. I'm just telling you don't eat them as much. And I know that there are a lot of dishes out there that are nice, rich. And what makes our foods tasty? Do you know? The fat. That's exactly what it is. If you take the fat out, you're like, ugh, tastes horrible. But fat is what makes our dishes rich and delicious. But we also need to watch that as well. So our fats, our cholesterol, our blood pressure, our sugar, and exercise. Oh, that word is a bad word for some people, right? Exercise. We need to exercise at least 3 times a day, anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. If you can do more than that, that's great. But 3 times a day, I'm sorry, 3 times a week. You're like, what is this? 3 times a week. Sorry. 3 times a week from 30 to 45 minutes. And it can be something as just a walk around the block. You know, I'm not asking you to go out there and do this CrossFit that a lot of people are doing, lifting cars and flipping tires. No. I mean, we don't need any kind of heroic measures here. But any simple thing as far as just getting up and walking around the neighborhood, around the park, right? Something as simple as that for 30 to 45 minutes. The whole idea is to elevate the heart rate a little bit, and then you're done for the day. Yes. Yes, they can, especially if they're found in the ventricles. So what it can happen is that it goes when it's in one ventricle, it goes into the other. It can bleed over. Yes, so it's very important. That's a good question, but I'll tell you right now, those are the ones that lead to death because it affects way too much. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. All right. Okay, so South Texas Health System, right? That is another. There are several hospitals, which is McAllen Medical Center, Edinburgh Regional, Heart Hospital. Those are in the South Texas healthcare system. DHR is totally different from them. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Um, I would like to read the article because I would, like I tell you, DHR has had the certification to end up here at uh, as, IR as well as certified. Sorry, something that we're they come and with regarding any is we have that is over. I hope. Yes. 100 years. No advice. 9. Woo. So, so we're yes, a lot of time. See, HR.
Another round of applause. Kind of really nice presentation. I'm glad he is going. Uh-huh. Bear. She is old. No, like on here. So Dockery will be here shortly. Thank you. After Dr. Cooper Dockery, we will have another physician that's going to be talking. And so we would like to, for you to please stick around for that. And then a real delightful crew. We have students from Donna High School who are part of a dual enrollment with South Texas College. And these young youth are going to be cooking up here as well. So we definitely want to stay around to give them their all of our support.